Welcome everyone to Divinely Guided Tarot. Today we have what signs to look out for. What signs are coming towards you and what do they mean? So we have three groups here. We have our Oklahoma Red Sandstone. She is beautiful. My brother-in-law got this piece for me and I love it. I love it. It's so great. I like to keep it nearby. Here we have blue goldstone. It's a beautiful piece, And then we have our amethyst geode, also super pretty. I always loved it because it looks a bit like Africa, or sorry, South America. I don't know my continents. But yeah, those are the energies that I felt were most called for these piles. Now, um, so if you've been feeling a certain attraction to one of these crystals here, that is definitely a sign. I did that intentionally. I have our candle here for our guides, our spirit guides. I want to welcome them into this space. Our angels, our deities. I want to welcome them into this space. Not only to guide the cards, we have our tarot cards, but I will be pulling oracle cards here at the end, but also for them to guide my words so that you guys can get the message that you need to hear most right now, to tell me what signs they are going to be sending your way that you will be seeing. So go ahead and pick your cards, your pile, and I will see you at your pile. All right. Hello, pile one. If you chose the red sandstone, this is your pile. Okay, let's start off with what have you been dealing with in the past? You have the Prince of Wands, your present. We have the Four of Swords. In your future, we have the Four of Wands. Okay, so you are you've been going through a lot. There's been a lot of movement, a lot of excitement in the past, and you're really just kind of coming to a period of rest. And I'm also seeing maybe a bit of reaping the hard work that you put in previously. It may not have been like hard work in the traditional sense, so maybe you don't really see how these flowers are growing here. Get that up close for you. The flowers growing out of this sword. So I definitely feel like there was action and planning that maybe it wasn't so much planning, but there was action that had to be taken, and now you're reaping the benefits of the action. You're getting to rest and really, I'm hearing smell the flowers, stop and smell the flowers. That's a very important sign for you. Yeah, with the flowers here and the Four of Wands. For your future, you have, because you had this period of instability, you are in a time of where you're not really seeing how stable you are. You're going to come to appreciate that in the future. Yeah. The fruits of the earth. Enjoy the fruits of the earth. That's something that is coming through for you. When you're slowing down here, you could be so used to this movement that you have to practice slowing down. Practice slowing down. to reap the benefits, really, of what's been going on. So, how are we getting this stability? How do we know that we're practicing slowing down well? These down a little bit. We have the King of Wands. Yeah, I feel like, and I remember pulling the cards for this pile, a lot of your signs are actually going to be on people. So this King of Wands, this could be you, being that you were in a period of Prince of Wands here in the past, and coming into this Four of Wands energy, this King of Wands could be you. So if you feel like you're embodying this sort of, I don't want to say image, but energy, I'm hearing you could be going on hikes, getting out into nature more. I think that's a big part of it for you. Other sign, the Hermit. So yeah, maybe getting out into nature and being by yourself. Uh, or maybe, yeah, huh. So when I was pulling the cards, I was feeling like, oh, these are different people that are being in your life. No, these are all personalities that you're embodying. This is the sign that you're on the right path. The Emperor, which really goes well with the King of Wands here. Yeah, maybe you were in a state where things were very chaotic. And you have 444 here. 4 is a very important number to you. Um, you are in such a state of chaos that you're now are in a place where you have things under control. 4 again on the time. Let's see here. And 2 of Cups. Yeah. So, oh, okay. I just saw something out of the corner of my eye. It was actually this hand on here reaching for the book. It was almost like it was animated for a second. It's what I saw out of the corner of my eye. So, maybe family. With the 2 of Cups here and the Emperor. Yeah, so I am feeling maybe you've made a big move with your family. And it's been very chaotic. Maybe you just made a big move and you have found family. Shirley Jackson, in her book, she talks about the horrors of domestic life, really. She is a horror writer. One of the books that she writes, well, I say one, a lot of the books that she writes have to deal with being a housewife and the sort of mundane terrors that you deal with. And I feel like I feel like you've been scared of the mundane. You've been in this Prince of Wands energy and you're tired, you know? So I feel like maybe you're looking for someone that brings out these aspects of you. And then we have the Boar. Oh, move this just a little bit. The Boar really makes me think of family, more in a traditional sense. If you know boars, they also have sort of a domestic horror to them, aspect to them. The mothers are very protective. They're like the bears of pigs. They are very protective, very violent, very aggressive. I mean, people died hunting boars all the time way back when. I mean, people still die from hunting boars now. Just gonna move this slightly. I feel like there is some sort of farm animal that is important to me. It could be the boar, but it could also be rams or goats, some sort of like of that size um, farm animal. Pay attention to here with the emperor with his horns. Yeah, I definitely feel like there's some sort of relationship that is entering your life. I don't know that this is a forever ship or not. It doesn't seem to be very clear on that, but it is very strong. Mm. You're going to have a very strong obligation to this person. I feel like not an obligation like you have to do it, but more like you want to build that obligation together. You want to have that obligation to each other because it feels right, whether that's marriage or kids or whatever. Um, mm, I feel like you've been running away from responsibility here, and this person makes you want to take on responsibility. And that's what we're seeing here with the Emperor and the King of Wands. And this Hermit, I think, is you reflecting on, well, what do I want? I've been, running away from all the things that I don't want. What do I want? What responsibilities do I want to have? Do I want any responsibility? This could be a situation where you decide to be life partners, but decide to not have children. I want to read this board real quick. This is from the Literary Witches Oracle. Danger, aggression, masculinity. So, yeah, oh, this could be a sort of you coming into your divine masculine. Hmm. Your divine masculine isn't always aggressive. Um, and maybe you've been running away from the horror of domestic life. Maybe you've been, in a situation where like your parents' marriage was very unbalanced and you've been afraid of taking that leap of going into something. And that's not always the case. It's not always the case. You're going to find someone who I feel like, here's a funny thing. If you are very feminine, this person is going to bring out your divine masculine in a healthy way. If you are masculine, this person is going to make you shift and balance your masculinity also in a healthy way. But if you are femme, it's going to bring out that masculine side of you. And if you're a masculine, it's going to purge that toxic masculinity. It's kind of like a necessity in order for this relationship to work. And I'm also hearing that for everyone in here, it's going to balance the masculine and the divine feminine, divine masculine within everyone. Be this relationship well. That's very interesting. Yeah. I do feel like you're going to, as you're on this journey to stop and smell the flowers, you're going to meet this person. They're going to love the fire in you. They're going to love the drive in you. They're going to love the protectiveness in you. That's really what I'm getting here is uh, it says aggression, but I'm hearing protective. Especially with Shirley Jackson here with family, I'm feeling a protective aggression. Hmm. let's get into the oracle decks here. Pause. All right, let's get into these oracle cards here. Yeah. So we have Hawthorne 27. Anything else wanting to come out? No. Here we go. Ivy, number 35. That is a beautiful card, isn't it? Ah, I love it. We have the Sickle 54. This is the last in this deck. It's the only one that's not a plant. Wow, okay. So, yeah, definitely, I feel like we're reaching into our psyche here. Yeah, that Hermit card is really coming through here with these cards as well. Really tapping, hearing you need to tap into the harvest that you've grown. There is a deep emotional, how do I say this? Oh, detachment is coming through. There's a deep emotional detachment that you've had with your past. And I feel like you view that detachment as a negative thing. And it, in this case, is kind of a positive thing. If you are in that situation where you had not so great relationship cycles shown to you as a child, and you're like, no, I don't want that, I don't want that, I don't want my children to feel this way, I don't want my partner to feel this way, I don't want to have the sort of dynamic that I was exposed to as a child. Use that detachment from those ideals to drive you forward. Lots of nines here as well. I know you had 4 before, but this, we have 9 on both of these and 8. Yeah, so, so I feel like you've reached the conclusion of those life cycles, of that life cycle, and it's about creating what you want. What do you want to facilitate? What do you want to grow? Shuffle these real quick. Let's see if we can get any more. Oh, yeah. The cards just went walking on me, which tells me that go no further with this. I want to read Ivy. I feel like we all have certain preconceptions of Ivy, and I don't want to do it wrong. So, yeah. Yeah, okay. Borrowing from Ivy's steady and determined perseverance, you have reached new heights, unfurling your leaves to the sun. The obstacles that blocked your way have become the ladder rungs that now hold you up, a testament to your journey so far. But that path beneath you is starting to crumble, and you're feeling it wobble. It may feel as though your position is unstable, but don't be afraid to let go of your safety net below. The next step is within reach. So, yeah, I feel like your foundation you feel like is not healthy for you. In this case, you're okay with it crumbling away. But you have to remember that that was the way that you got up here, you know? That is what gave you again, that running away from something, and now you have to picture what you want it to look like. Yeah. Let's get into our Moonology deck. Oh my gosh. It's time to take action. Again, the red of brands. So, I feel like maybe some of you have been avoiding a relationship with someone, a time of healing. I feel like some of you have been maybe avoiding a relationship with someone because you're scared that you're not ready or prepared to have a relationship. Perfectly valid. Perfectly valid. I want to tell you, though, that if you never have a relationship, you're never going to have a relationship. Sometimes you just have to get out there and do the thing. We're going to go into Sufi Wisdom Oracle deck. Transformation. Let love transform you forever. Exactly. That's exactly it. You do not know. I'm I don't know if you guys have seen the, I don't know what it is. I think it's Love is Blind, or yeah, I think it's Love is Blind. It's some reality love dating show where there was a guy that he was supposed to get married to someone, and he decided that he wasn't going to, because his father had cheated on his mother, and he said, I don't want to be that person. But in doing so, he left someone at the altar. In trying to not be that person, he became that person. You don't need to be afraid of the actions of other people. Love will transform you into the person that you need to be if you let it. Let it. This is someone sinking. This ball is sinking into love. If you sink into that love, it'll take you to a different place. It's on a different level. We see it transform. It's going deeper and deeper and deeper into itself. That Hermit card, again, the person that is coming into your life, and I do feel like this is a person coming into your life, is going to transform you into the person that you want to be. I'm not saying that this relationship is going to work out. I don't know that it will, really. But, oh, I was just proven wrong. Happy life. Live a less guarded life. Exactly. Exactly. Don't miss out on the opportunities that are given to you because you're worried about things that haven't happened yet. Let's see, are there any? We have silencing the mind. Let silence guide you to inner peace. Yeah, I feel like this is, you really need to embody that hermit. I think that is going to be a big deal for you. Yeah, especially with the Four of Swords and the Hermit here. If you have something that depicts the Hermit on it, take that with you when you go to meditate. I feel like that's going to be very important to you. It's going to help you a lot. What does that card mean to you? What does happy life mean to you? What does... hold on. I'm getting it. What does effortless transformation look like to you? Meditate on that and take it and go into it. Go into it. I feel like this is, okay, I say effortless, but I feel like this is not effortless in the way that you don't have to do things, but effortless in the way that you don't have to be someone that you're not. It is you being true to yourself. Is there a way that you can transform by being true to yourself? Are you not being true to yourself? I feel like maybe you have a lot of love to give and you haven't been giving it. Yeah. Make life a celebration. Celebrate life. We have this heart here. There's two entities coming together to create this heart here in the middle. Yeah. I feel like that's you and this person. Open mind. Replace the old cycle with the new and exciting one. Exactly. Isn't that such a beautiful card, too? You're getting all the pretty cards today. Yeah. We have open the mind and silencing the mind. Celebrate life, happy life. This is changing your perspective on how relationships could be for you. Yeah. At the end, what you don't realize is that you've learned so much from not uh, not even taking part in relationships. You've learned so much from other relationships. Think about how much you can learn in the relationship, actually doing the things. If you were in a position where you saw people having relationships where there was no compromise, and you say, oh, I wouldn't be like that in a relationship, or I don't want to be like that in a relationship, okay, this is your chance to show that, to be that. No, you don't have to be exactly the same. You can celebrate your differences. I think you can make life a celebration. You can make this journey a celebration. You can celebrate how much you've changed. You can celebrate, I started off in this area having these thought patterns and this belief about relationships, about having children, and I've grown and I've moved to this, to being healthier, to being happier, to celebrating everything. Yeah. Whatever action you're thinking of, whether it's like, hey, I want to leave my number with the barista at the Starbucks near my house, do it. I get the feeling there's someone that's waiting for you to make a move, too. But, yeah. Yeah, you really, I would suggest, I think there's going to be a period where you have to meditate on what you want and who you want to be. And after that, it's going to become very clear who these actions, um, who you need to take the first step towards. I feel like this person may be very shy, so it's not going to be them. It's going to have to be you. The universe has been sitting here saying, you don't want a relationship, we're not going to give you one. And now it's saying, hey, you've got a karmic connection here that you're late for. You need to get down to business. Figure it out so that we can move on. This is replace the old cycle with the new and exciting one. You've been in this cycle over and over again, and the universe and your guides are saying, we're done with this cycle. Okay. They're trying to usher you along, and you're just like, no, I don't want that. I'm not going to do that. And they're like, okay, bud, like, you need to sit and work this one out. Sit and work this one out, because you made a contract to connect with this person in this life. You made an appointment. You're going to be late for your appointment if you don't start getting dressed. And you're sitting here saying, no, I don't want to wear clothes. Honey, like, that's the least of your problems. you need to get dressed because you're going to be late for the doctor's office. You're going to be late for this karmic connection, this person who's going to help you heal, this person that's going to help you heal, a time for healing, and you're not going to be ready. You're still going to be naked in bed. That Four of Swords. Sometimes a rest is staying in bed and being a couch potato. I mean, I did that. I was supposed to record this video yesterday and I didn't. I sat on the couch and I watched improv comedy shows, and you know what? That was okay. But I still did it today. I still came here. I'm making this video for y'all. It's, you have to balance it. And I feel like you're kind of imbalanced here. That Four of Swords, there was 3 swords on one side and 1 sword on the other. That sword, the one sword, one is the beginning of a cycle. That one sword had flowers blooming on it, while the other one was surrounded by stones and rain. It was, depressed. You have to change, switch perspectives, move from one energy to the other because it's time to. It's time to. You deserve your Four of Wands era. You deserve that era. You deserve an era to celebrate life, to have a happy life. You deserve an era of transformation, of love, of healing. You have to believe that you deserve that era of your life because it wants to be with you. This person wants to be with you, whether you realize it or not, whether they realize it or not. This is a karmic connection not only for you to learn, but for them to learn. Maybe they have things to learn from you. You're letting them down. And maybe they don't come from a background the same as yours. And honestly, those are the relationships that help us grow the most, are the people who are wildly different from us. So, I really think that this is going to be an amazing time for y'all. I think just let the transformation happen. Let love transform you forever. Forever. Never come out of that cycle of being willing to learn, of being willing to listen. It's a good cycle to be in. If you're going to be in any cycle, be in that one. But these old ones that are keeping you in the past, making you afraid of the future, you have to let go of that. You have to let go of that and be sure and certain of what you want in the future. Write it down. Write down what you want. Yeah. It's time. It's time. So that's your reading pile number 1. This was a great reading. This is an amazing reading. I'm so happy about this reading for you guys, about this transformation that you're going through. I'm glad that the hectic days are over, and I'm so happy that you're going to have a future of peace and prosperity and growth. There's going to be a lot of learning to do, but I promise you it's worth it. So, anyways, I make videos like this. I try to do at least 2 a week. I got a new job, so we're going to see how that's going to work. But if you want to see more videos, go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell because, the subscription button doesn't really work unless you hit the bell. And like the video if you enjoyed it. Like the video. Leave a little goat emoji in the comments if you were pile 1, because that seemed to be either a goat or a pig, whichever one you tend to connect with most. Let me know so I know who chose this pile. I can see that you guys watch it, but I can't really see when you guys watch it, so that helps me out a lot. And I will see y'all in the next video. Bye! Hello, pile number 2. This is your pile if you chose the blue goldstone. I didn't say it at the beginning, but I'm going to tell y'all now. I love blue goldstone. In fact, it is the stone that I have, not on this, but on my engagement ring, is blue goldstone. I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. It's amazing. It's an amazing stone to work with. All right, we're going to get right into it. We're going to do a past, present, future, and then some signs to look out for. And then at the end, we will shuffle some oracle cards and pull some of those. So, see our past. We have the Seven of Cups. For present, we have the Seven of Swords. And then for future, we have the Eight of Cups. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so you have definitely been dreaming of bigger and better, and you're doing whatever it takes to get out of this situation. I do feel like you're going to be successful with this. It may just not be in the way that you think it will happen. Yeah, because you might be reaching for some sort of, I want to say earthly things, earthly ties. But you're going to instead be reaping the benefits on a spiritual and emotional level. What are we have for our signs? We have the Hierophant. We have the Nine of Cups, so going from Eight of Cups to Nine of Cups. The Star. And the Queen of Swords. Okay. So if you do go to some sort of religious organization, if they have some sort of sermon, someone speaking there, definitely keep an eye out there. The barn animals. The first group had barn animals as well as the flowers. A lot of flowers. Okay. I'm hearing look out for manipulation, and I do feel like this might be you on accident. I have personally have nothing against manipulation. You do what you got to do to get along, you know. It is what it is. There's all sorts of manipulation, but I'm hearing there are people. You may think, oh, I am a master manipulator. I mean, I don't think anyone ever thinks that, but like, I think that you may think that I know all the signs of manipulation. No one could ever manipulate me. I got this. Oh, you could be getting tricked. You may think that you're pulling one over on someone else, and they are actually pulling one over on you. Now, that being said, I do think that there are multiple people in your lives that want to fill your cup here. They want to help you realize your dreams. There could literally be a snake in your midst, though. Yeah, snake in your midst. So interesting. There's almost like a cutting ties here. Old ties. For some of you, you're being asked to look at this organization. I feel like you've been taking this organization at their word, and they don't stand in alignment with your morals, and you're cutting your ties. We have this sword caught on webs. She's cutting her hair. She has very long hair. You can barely see it. very long hair here, and she's shorn it off with the sword. I'm taking the web as it could be lies. It could also just be that they're cobwebs, and it's just very old. Eyes and mouths, mouths and eyes. Pay attention to what people are saying around you, especially. There could also be you are assembling different ideas from different parties and learning from it. I do feel like you are the Queen of Swords in this instance. Seven is the number 7 is really important to you. Let's go into these. We have Yamiko Karashi. I probably butchered that. Transformation. When I pulled this card, I was paying attention especially to the apple. And now looking at this, it could have something to do with religious ties if you are Christian. We have the cauldron, which to me really speaks on emotional ties. It's kind of like the cups of this oracle deck, this cauldron here. So I feel like I'm suddenly getting the impression of someone putting something in your cauldron while you have your back turned and it ruining it, or really damaging your reputation. I'm going to read this transformation card here. Oh, I can never get on the right page. Okay. I literally never get on the right page. Okay. Masks. Becoming. Play. Okay. Yumiko, a badass of experimental fiction from Kochi Prefecture, is almost entirely unknown among English speakers. Influenced by Kafka and French literature, Yumiko's bizarre stories feature ghosts, flying heads, witch masks, incest, and bestiality. Her work will completely freak you out and provoke you with its fairy tale logic and philosophical underbelly. So I feel like maybe you should pay attention to the folklore you've been told. Really analyze it before you take it with you. I do feel like you are a very cunning person, and you tend to not steal ideas, but build upon what other people have already figured out. There's an unreliable source here. Someone who has been with you forever, and you're starting to question those ideas. And I really commend you for that, because that can be very hard for people sometimes. I feel they're implanting like seeds, like subliminal messages. Because I was getting that picture of someone putting something in your cauldron when you're not looking. And I feel like that's what's going on. They're planting some sort of idea in your head that, maybe you thought, and going back to this Eight of Cups, achieving the ideas that you had, but not in the way that you expected. I feel like this is going to be a very big part. I mean, let's talk about the fact that you have 7, 8, and 9 of Cups here, right? This is the process of really dreaming of something, letting go of a part that you thought that you never would have to let go of, and achieving your dreams anyways, despite of that. Even better than you dreamed, you know? And I feel like if you follow your morals, here. I don't know why the star is coming up as your morals and your values, but I feel like it is the true, it's coming through as your true, most authentic beliefs. The love, the enduring love within you is this star here. Follow your star. Yeah. I think we need to go into the oracle cards. I don't know why your tarot cards aren't really showing up for you today. um, but let's get into that. I'm going to start off with our seed and sickle here first. Oh, don't all flip around at once. Just a couple messages, please. We have Ivy. Okay. Ivy, 35. That wanted to come out. We have Feverfew, 28. Now, yeah, so Ivy is talking about using the crumbling foundation beneath you in order to reach higher places. And that has the 8. So yeah, the 8, the 8 corresponding to your 8 of cups. You have chamomile, 49. Oh, that wanted to come out. The apple again. 8 again. Okay. Yeah. Anything else? Crocus. I think that's how you pronounce that. Crocus. 38. That back a little bit. Okay. So, I'm going to read some of these because some of them I'm not super familiar with yet. This is one of my newer decks, and so I don't know everything about everything, you know? Okay. Okay. Uh, Something unwanted is coming your way, and you'd be best advised to avoid it. The bitterness of feverfew is enough to keep rats and other pests from the door, so learn from its defenses. Don't surrender your progress for the sake of being nice. Be ready to protect yourself and everything that you've worked for. Some things are worth a fight. Okay. So, I really feel like there is some sort of change, some sort of knowledge that you're coming into. Again, we have the sword here with Crocus, which I will get into. And I'm really feeling that, like, maybe there's some sort of idea that's been implanted in your head about yourself. And you're having to come more into an acceptance of yourself and become more knowledgeable about yourself, but also about how other people want to operate. Because sometimes it's not about, how do you put this? Sometimes sin, for example. Sometimes it's not sin that is the evil. Sometimes it's the way that you look at it. and get into Crocus here. Speaking up for yourself can be one of the hardest things to do, particularly if you don't feel as though your opinion is worth being heard. But being assertive doesn't mean coming across as aggressive. You're simply letting people know what your needs are. Now is the perfect time to speak up about something that's been weighing on you. You may be surprised about how it sets things on the path to change. That is really important to remember. Sometimes we forget that, like, especially in this learning environment, there are some rules that simply don't apply to us. And it's not wrong to not go after the things that you want. For instance, there's a lot of people that believe that you should never buy your own tarot deck. At least your first one. You shouldn't buy your first tarot deck. There are a lot of people that if they didn't buy their first tarot deck, they would never read tarot, myself included. They just don't have the people around that would do something like that. So, yeah, Crocus is all about being strong within yourself. And I think if you look at your own personal ideals, you will find more things that somehow are not quite, you say it, they don't line up. The people that you're around, the people that you normally engage with, they don't have the same values as you. And that's important to accept that you view things differently, but also to find yourself within this sort of ideology. Is the word I want to use. I don't know if that's accurate to you or not, but that is what's coming through. Let's get into the Moonology cards. It looked like one was going to come out there for a second, but it didn't. Okay. Your commitment is being tested. I feel like this is your commitment to yourself and to learning. You definitely are like I don't want to say a learning type, but like a philosophical type is the vibe that I'm getting. Oh my gosh. There's kids outside my window looking at my cats. Oh. Be bold and make the first move. Yeah. So maybe you are questioning something. And you've got to know that, like, if you have questions about something, someone else probably does as well. So, in you asking and you being bold in questioning this thing, you're actually opening the door not only for other people to question, but you could also be helping them work through their fears. You could be helping the people who are too scared to ask. And I do feel like you're not scared to ask. You're not scared to ask. It's almost like you don't want to be that person, but at the same time, I feel like if you have to be that person, you will. And that's good. Everyone needs that. Okay. Any other messages? Speak out. Yeah, communicate and solve the conflict. Okay. Yeah, and chamomile is really good for your throat. I feel like maybe your throat chakra is important here. Time to play. Make time to dance and play. I feel like this is maybe you take things very seriously, and this is kind of saying like, oh, it doesn't have to be super serious. It doesn't have to be. These questions that you have, I feel like this work through your fears is not so much you being afraid, but more so uncertainty. Bottom of the deck, free will. Get out of your cocoon. Yeah. And I feel like maybe that's something that you have a question on. Is free will. That's a beautiful card. It's very interesting. It almost looks like a ship coming out. Okay. And we have self-creation and life's purpose. Be the author of your own life and seek your own deeper vision for life. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like, and this is with these colors, I feel like your sacral chakra, your throat chakra, and your third eye are very important to you right now. There could be a little bit of heart chakra in there too, but I am feeling that it might be your purpose to speak out. You're coming away with all these little lessons and you're trying to put the pieces together and they don't quite fit. Point that out, because I'm sure someone else is thinking it as well. And I think it's not going to be intentional for you to crumble other people's foundation of understanding, but it is going to be important for them to learn. Their commitment is being tested as well as your own. Remember that, like, your commitment is being tested. You don't have to. You don't have to commit if you don't want to. But it is also, every time that you are being tested, your commitment is being tested, is an opportunity for your commitment to become stronger, to grow, to really just cement. Yeah. Seek your own deeper vision for life. Get out of the cocoon. Yeah, I feel like this is one of those things that maybe it's lighthearted, or maybe it's a lot more lighthearted than you think it is. Maybe your congregation or the people that you look up to for spiritual guidance and wisdom, they are a lot more free-spirited than normal service would have you believe. Yeah. I think that's it for this reading here. A lot shorter, surprisingly. But I think it's almost like I am not supposed to be the answers. Like, I'm not supposed to, um, I don't even know. I'm not the person that you're really asking. You want to ask someone else and you haven't. And I'm just telling you that, go ask. It's important that you ask. It's important for your development. It's important for other people's development that you ask. Maybe you don't ask in the middle of service or in the very heated moment, but if you ask at the right time, someone will address it, is what I'm hearing. It will be addressed. You, depending on who you are and the situation at hand, you may or may not like the answer. But you have to ask yourself, does this align with my values? Does this align with my morals? Does this align with my beliefs? Maybe you belong to a certain congregation or practice that doesn't believe in readings. In which case, eh, it's not for everyone. I will give you that. But maybe this is something you really enjoy that really hits home for you. And to that I have to say, God hasn't struck me down yet. He's had plenty of opportunities, and my life just keeps getting better. So obviously it's not that. I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, I think that is going to be it for your reading. This is very interesting. It's very interesting. Leave me a apple emoji in the comments if you got this far, if this was your reading and you, yeah. I'm very interested to hear what this is about, if you got your answer or not. But an answer is coming. And, I try my best to host twice a week. I did get a new job, so we will see how it goes in the future. But until next time, that is it for you guys. Subscribe, use the bell. Subscribing basically does nothing unless you hit that bell, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye! Welcome, pile number 3. If you chose the Amethyst Geode, this is going to be your reading. Put this right over here. And let's get into it. We're going to be doing tarot cards, a little bit of oracle, and then go deep into the oracle side of things. And yeah, let's get right into it. Okay. So we have the Hangman, Princess of Cups, and the Ace of Cups. Okay. Alrighty. So we definitely have love coming your way. And I feel like you were in a past of like staying in place. You were wound up in something. Something was holding you in place. This is something bigger than you are. It was holding you into place here. And it's almost like you had to take time out to be yourself. You're taking the time to find yourself, to learn what you love to do. Maybe you've always wanted to go to a coffee shop and write or read or draw, and you never got that chance. Well, your chance is coming. You might currently be in this situation. And I feel like this sort of atmosphere is going to spark love. Let's get into your sign. Okay. Empress. 3. Have the 8 of Wands. 3 again. And the 3 of Pentacles. And 5 of Coins. Okay. This sword is important here. That is puncturing the pouch. It's very important. Okay. So, okay. I feel like this isn't a romantic connection coming towards you, maybe, but more of a friendship. This is someone that has a very motherly vibe to them, but it's almost like, I don't even want to say that she has kids, but she just has like that mom friend vibe. that's going on here. So, let's see. She may be telling you something, giving you something, maybe. That is a sign. Movement. If you've had to move to a new place, or if you have signs of moving to a new place, like maybe a position opened up in another state or across town, the answer is yes, take it. Yeah. I'm hearing the practice of knowing yourself is a practice. That's going to change. It's going to change very dramatically over time. You have to practice knowing yourself. And I feel like for you, you may have been in a situation where you couldn't know yourself for a long time. Like that sort of practice wasn't encouraged. And yeah, you're going to have more time to do that. You're going to have more time to practice being yourself, which feels weird to say or to think about, but that really is how it works. This 5 of coins, I wouldn't necessarily, I was going to say I wouldn't necessarily worry about it, but I do feel like for some of you, there is someone who is draining you. I feel like it's not necessarily money, but resources that they're draining you. Be careful for this sword. Yeah, keep an eye out. Someone is trying to drain you, though. Okay. Let's see here. You have the pond. So maybe relaxing by a pond is something important to you. I don't know if you are the fishing type, but maybe fishing. Oh, the knife! Yeah, so keep an eye out for someone with the knife. I do feel like meditating near the pond is going to really open up your mind to different signs that I can't present to you here. I wonder why that is. That I can't present to you now. That's what I'm hearing. It's, I always get worried when they say, "Oh, you can't get this message across right now." I'm like, do I not have the words? You can tell me the words to say. Do I not have the right cards to inspire the words? You know, that's really just my excuse to go buy more cards. But I'm hearing that this is a timing thing. You don't need this message now, but it is going to come in the future. Yeah, but yeah, practice knowing yourself. Write it down. I am hearing, do like a self-interview. A self-interview is important here. I want to know who this is. I want to know who this is. Okay, I wasn't going to do more tarot, but I do really want to know who this is. So let me get out my tarot deck. Let's find out. Who holds the knife? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. A lot of cards just came out. They've got a lot to say about this person. All right. I see. I see. Let's okay. Let's do 3 cards. 3 cards about this person that holds the knife, please. Okay. We have the 9 of Pentacles. That's came out in reverse. Normally I wouldn't do reversals, but 9 of Wands in reverse, okay? And we have King of Wands, okay. So definitely feeling this King of Wands is them, and these reversals are attributes of theirs. Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm making a mess. So this person definitely has been at this for a while. This is could be a masculine, could be it's definitely a masculine. That's not to say anything about their gender. But a masculine presence that has been in the game for a long, long time. That's what I'm feeling here. They're very defensive, and you definitely pose a threat to them. And I think maybe this could be also they got to this place because they were the knife for other people. This person has a history of being the knife. They are the knife. It's strange and it's coming up as wands, but I think that is because that's the energy that they give off. They don't let you see the knife. They don't let people see the knife, but it's there. They have it. I feel like it's something that's not true to themselves. I mean, that's not going to be true to anyone. That's not what you put on this earth to do. But, yeah, they're very defensive and very successful. I feel like it's almost like they can see that their time is running out. I'm also hearing that, like, maybe this is a situation where they've had a lot of control, and I'm hearing specifically this King of Wands has had a lot of control over this Empress, and you are younger than this Empress, but you are coming into this situation and kind of pointing out all the red flags to her about this King of Wands. And he does not like that. Doesn't like that one bit. But like you've been through this with the Hangman here, and you're not gonna let him get away with it. You're not gonna let him get away with it, and he despises it. Despises it. Yeah. Okay. So 9s and 3s are really important to you. We're going to go ahead and get into the Oracle deck. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video and we're going to get into the Oracle deck because, I don't know, today's just been an Oracle deck kind of day. It is what it is. Let's get into it. Alright. Boom. Immediately. We have Cornflower 11, which I just saw 1144. We have Chickweed 9. Again, 9. We have Ivy 35. Crazy because this has come out for literally every reading today. And then we have Rowan 21. Alright. So, yeah. This is one of those situations where you're going to be treated like a pest. Just know that you are exactly where you need to be. You are exactly where you need to be. Even when it feels like I'm not wanted here, like things are going bad, like something, it feels like you're not wanted, but that's because you're doing the things that need to be done. You are working the transformation in this situation. You are crumbling other people's foundations that they thought that they needed. they don't need them. They would never know that they didn't need that foundation until you took it out from under them. Literally, some people are going to think that you are a weed, and you're not. 3 again. I didn't even notice that. 3 again. So, 3s, 9s, 9, 3 times 3 is 9. So, those are your numbers. Check out for those signs specifically. I'm hearing a snake. This is funny. I'm being told that if you listen to this pile, you may also want to listen to 1 and 2. They're very different messages, but somehow your message here is unifying those 2 concepts and putting them together. So, yeah. That's only for some of you. If you felt called to those piles or felt called to just listen to the whole video through, this is confirmation for that. Especially this ivy coming out and all 3 messages is crazy. This Rowan, I don't know much about Rowan. Let me look real quick. It's so interesting when you try to learn like new decks and stuff. Because it's me, I tend to get the same message over and over again, and then so when I go to do messages for other people, I get cards that I don't normally get for myself. So, Rowan trees are seen as a symbol of tenacity, capable of growing in the tiniest crevices and cliffsides and rocks. You've been doing a lot of the same recently, growing well in spite of uncertain ground you stand on, and your determination will pay off once you realize that you've got an advantage over those who have an easier path. It's easy to envy others for thriving, but give yourself credit for having thrived in adversity. Yeah. So, don't, and I need you to remember also, like, when you see people, they are only going to show you the best version of themselves, or at least most people do. And you can't judge the worst of yourself based on the best of someone else. Yeah, you can't base the worst of yourself. You can't judge the worst of yourself based on the best of someone else. That's important for someone. Let's get into the Moonology here. I need you to know that you are a light in this situation, even if you don't feel like you are. Yeah. What do you need to release? Waning moon. So yeah, I think, especially with this ivy here and the cornflower, I think that there is some sort of, how do I put this, foundation that you think that you need to have, and you don't. Oh, one just fell down, went way down there. Show the world the real you. Yeah, coming back to that practice of learning yourself is important. It's important for you to show who you are, who you really are, to be authentically yourself. And so that other people can also be authentically themselves. It is a practice. It's something that you have to, you know, you and your loved ones are safe. That's important to someone. I have a feeling you might be either an Aquarius or a Cancer. Water and air signs here. Yeah. Especially if you are a Cancer or okay. No. This other person, the Empress before, I think she might have been the Cancer. Okay. Let's get into the Sufi wisdom oracle. What do we got going on? What wisdom do they need to know? We had 2 come out. Ending a trauma. transform memories and symptoms. That is a beautiful card. Beautiful card. I need you to notice how some of this seems foggy, but there is a clear path. A clear path. And then we have energy of love. Behold the world through eyes of love. Yeah. Sit with yourself. Sit with love for yourself. Meditate on that. Meditate on the love that you have for yourself. Actually, I'm going to move these all down a little bit. So I feel like there's about to be a lot more of these coming out. Yeah, you'd be surprised how the world looks when you are not only focusing on love, but looking for love. Yeah. Gift of freedom. Break away from your attachments. Yeah. That's you in this moment. That's you in this moment. Coming away from that hangman energy. Be grateful for your freedom. Be grateful for your freedom. Okay. Celebrate life, which I feel really goes with that. And so does this next one. Make your life a celebration. Celebrate life. And then we have concealed power. Give birth to the wonder of revelation. Yeah, I feel like, especially in this situation where we were talking before, where maybe someone doesn't know that they're in a bad situation, but you know, because you've been through it before, that knowing, that knowledge is a power that you have to wield. Not have to wield, but you have it to wield. And feeling, yeah. I think celebration of yourself is important here for you. Root chakra work is also very important. I think if you were called to, I don't remember which pile it was, but there was a pile that had the hermit card in it. That is really important. I don't know why. Some reason the browns make me think of the hermit, and a bit of browns here. It's funny, like when I look at the camera, what comes into focus is all these blues, but when I'm sitting here, it's the browns and the reds are really coming through. Willpower. Improve your willpower to reduce your stress level. That's pretty. Yeah, maybe. I think I am getting a sense that if you are being called to the blue, it's definitely a throat chakra thing. If you're listening to that pile about the throat chakra, that is specifically for you as well. Let's see. Oh man, okay. Got 3 more cards. Oh my gosh. Do not be frustrated. Let go and feel peaceful. Then we have drunk with love. Let love lift you to freedom. Which, I mean, yeah. I think that is you being in love with yourself. Be drunk in love with yourself. Accepting challenges. Trust your inner resources. Yeah. Oh my gosh. All these cards are so beautiful. I love them. I love them so much. Yeah. You are really in a beautiful time of your life of where you're learning to love and accept yourself in wholeness and fullness. That, yeah, I'm really called to say, go back and look at pile 1 specifically. You could be called to look at both, but pile 1 specifically, there's a lot of cards in this that are from pile 1 as well, and some of them that aren't in pile 1 that thematically really resonate with it. And that was honestly, looking like it's going to be the longest reading of the bunch. So, but you, and then I looked at a little card wanted to come out, and it was Transformation, which I believe also came out in pile 1. Let love transform you forever. Yeah, that's this. That's this. Oh my gosh, I didn't even notice that I laid them out like that, but take these out real quick. These building up to each other, building up this transformation, this concealed power, this transformation. Let love transform you forever. The gift of freedom. Break away from your attachments. Combined with celebrate life. Make your life a celebration. Celebrate your freedom. Break away from the things that hold you back and celebrate your freedom. Celebrate the life that you created, that you've created for yourself. In accepting challenges, trust your inner resources, and drunk with love, let love lift you to freedom. You have a well of love, unending, unconditional love within you. You need to draw from that well and wash yourself with it. I'm seeing this could be an actual physical wash yourself with love. It could be a love bubble bath. Personally, I find that showers are best. Maybe that's me. Like rinsing away the doubt in yourself, rinsing away the judgment in yourself, and just accepting who you are, accepting the challenges and the resources that you have, that you hold within you, and letting that transform you. We have ending of trauma, transform memories and symptoms, an energy of love, behold the world through eyes of love. How powerful is it to look at our trauma from a place of love, from a place of understanding and acceptance? Sometimes we do things and coming from a traumatic space, and we regret the things that we did. We feel like, oh, that's not me. Why did I do that? Like, who was that? And we don't understand, but like accepting that person that we were, accepting that, hey, we did what we needed to do to survive. Willpower. Improve your willpower to reduce your stress level. And I feel like this is something that you are well versed in. You are well versed in. Do not be frustrated. Let go and feel peaceful, knowing that this past is behind you. And giving birth to the world of revelation. This concealed power. You do not realize that your transformation is your power, but it is going to be focal point going forward as you are learning to love yourself, learning to accept yourself, learning who you are. Learning who you are. Yeah. There is something really deep and powerful here that you are going deeper and deeper and learning more about yourself. The more you learn, the more love you have for yourself, the more you realize how strong you are, how much you've endured, and saying, I don't have to live a life where I endure anymore. You know why? Because I am amazing. I have the freedom to come and go as I please. I have the freedom to be whoever the fuck I want to be. And that's important. That's important not only to you, but to inspire the people around you. And I feel like you really do. You don't realize how much you do, but you do. It is an amazing inspiration to be around you. Don't hide from that. Don't shy from that. And it's an important part of who you are. It really is. Hmm. Wow, that was a very a very strong, amazing reading. I love this for you. This is truly amazing. Truly, yeah, yeah. Show the world the real you. That's where we'll end it for today. Um, wow. All the other piles we had symbols. I asked them to comment. I'm trying to think. I would say put a bird. Put a bird in the comments if this was your reading and if you felt like it really spoke to you. Birds to me are they embody freedom. They embody freedom. Um, yeah. And that is all for you today. I'm going to go ahead and skedaddle. Um, yeah, subscribe if you want to subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell because otherwise the subscribe button does basically nothing. I know I'm subscribed on my other personal YouTube page and I never get the notifications unless I hit the bell. So, and if you like this reading, like it, I had a fantastic time reading this for you. It was healing for me. Anyways, I will see y'all next time. Bye!